Hey, Britt Moon here with OHV Odyssey, and I am about 2 months and 2,500 miles into my new Ineos Grenadier. King's Red, love this damn color. Anyway, um, time to do a quick review. Like I said, I've had 2,500 miles to get acclimated with Brandy, as her code name is. So, one thing I got to say, I love this damn thing. I love it. I love it. It's almost like it was custom made for me. Okay. So super tough. Everything's heavy duty. You got to have purpose to close those doors. I like that. Spend all that time not shutting doors and not trying to break stuff, and you got to slam them. Okay. So right out of the box, ready to go off roading. I mean, this thing, the drive and the feel of it, it is an absolute tank. It is a workhorse. So from the factory, off road lights. So these are not for on-road use. You can only use them while actually you're in off-road mode and below a certain speed. So that's actually going to get upgraded. I'm adding some Baja lights there. We're going to take this center section out. I found a winch bumper that goes right here and a worn 12,000 pound winch. But once again, I just love this thing. I love the way it looks. Everybody's like, what is that? Where is it made? There's not many in this neck of the woods. The closest dealer is probably about 5 hours away, which is in Atlanta where I actually bought it. Um, so it gets a tremendous amount of attention. So also on the interior, okay, as far as the interior goes, I'm loving this too. All right. Um, to me, it's very, very comfortable. The visibility is amazing. Um, it's also very, very simple. Stupid little thing. I love this. So, people my age, you remember when you had to do that? So, they tried to keep everything as basic as possible. So, now all of this is a little different. Um, but once you get used to it, it's actually great and it makes a lot of sense. So, all of the controls and your displays are in the center. That way, the passenger can access controls and see the information without the driver ever having to take their hands off the wheel or their eyes off the trail when you're out roading. So it really makes a lot of sense. The only thing that really the driver only has access to are the warning lights, but that makes sense to me as well because the driver needs to know immediately if something's wrong so they can shut everything down if need be. So I love the big chunky buttons. Everything's got a purpose. It all makes sense to me. And I mean, just this is so cool to me. But all your off road stuff is up here. Mine came with the auxiliary switches, so really looking forward to adding some more toys because I can't stand a button that don't do anything. So we're gonna fill those guys up. So what do I not like about the Grenadier? All right, that's all right here. I have to agree with most other people. The the gear shifter, I mean, that's out of the BMW playbook because of the BMW drivetrain. I get it, but it's really out of place. Everything else in here is so retro. Next thing is cup holders. Europeans do not believe in cup holders. Here in America, we got to have them. We need at least four. We got to have one for our water, one for our coffee, one for our French fries, and one for, depending on where you're at, let's just say other. Okay. So there's that. My only other complaint, which is very, very minor, sometimes the electronics here can be a bit sluggish, but everything does work as it should. Now, to address some of the complaints that I've seen online and, um, in the forums, social media, so forth and so on, all right, no, this does not drive like a Range Rover. It is not meant to be a Range Rover. Okay, people, no, it doesn't drive like a Ferrari. It's not meant to be a Ferrari. It is an Ineos Grenadier, which is in a class by itself. But for me, I love the way it drives. It is a little truckish, but honestly, I think it drives very nicely. Overall, I think the entire vehicle is brilliant, and I love it. And you know what? I do have one more complaint. I only have one. I don't have two.